All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Collector's Mayhem, where anything goes and everyone's welcome. What's going on, guys? It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Going pretty good, man.
Yeah. Big thanks to you, Brian. Thank you for picking up the scraps where I failed.
Google was for the wrath of 1,000 suns.
Google's a pain in the ass. We all know that.
Yeah.
Overlord's gonna face the wrath of 1,000 suns.
Yeah, Overlord's totally upset, and he's like in full rant mode right now.
Yeah, especially because the stamp file's taking like freaking 20 years to load. Come on, it's a MacBook Pro, not a MacBook Slow.
So, anyway, have you guys thought of a topic?
Yeah, I got one.
Buy Playmobil.
Yeah, I got one.
But Bosco, you ready to go?
I think it was Gaither who said that.
He's not there? Okay. Then
I think Gaither was saying something.
No, I just said he asked if we had a topic. I said I think so.
yeah. Then let's move down, and then do you have a topic, Starner? And if not, we'll pass it on to John Gaither.
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
It's your show.
I'm trying to send a volcanic a message.
Okay. Then okay, Mr. John Gaither, can you start us off?
What's that, Brian?
Go ahead and pass it on. I'm trying to get a hold of volcanic here. So.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say we were talking earlier before the show about jokingly about like My Little Pony and Rainbow Bright and stuff like that, and it got me thinking about how there's really no genders anymore in toys, in toy collecting, and you know, boys collect girl toys, you know, girls collect boy toys, and it's sort of the line's sort of kind of blurred now, even though you do still see Barbie and certain things that are geared towards like females and males. So because now there's boys that collect the My Little Ponies, which are known as bronies. You know, this is not a new subject.
John, I feel like we can't talk about this without T-Biz here. No, I mean not jokingly, but the guy, you know, out of all of us, I think he's the one that's closest to a brony, even self-admitted.
He's
I think.
in touch with his feminine side.
That's what. Yeah, that's a literal quote from the guy. Yeah.
I'm sure, but
you heard it here.
We'll have to save that then. But that was.
No, it's a cool topic. What do you guys think about that? Would you guys ever buy a female, what's considered female line, or have you ever?
I've got Care Bears.
You have what? What, Brian?
I've got Care Bears.
Care Bears, and then Sean, what did you say?
Well, I look at it like this: if I like it, I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to really worry about what anybody else think, because it's my money. It's what I enjoy.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and John, did you say earlier that you actually had?
I have one. Well, I have a Shirt Tails PVC and stuff, but I have one Monster High doll.
Okay.
And I didn't buy it. It was given to me. It was a gift, and I had some ideas for doing some pictures with it, you know, for my Instagram page. But I've kind of taken a liking to it.
Yeah.
And so, because my original plan was to do the pictures, and then I was going to pass it along. I'm going to keep her. Now, I don't think I'm going to run out and buy any more.
Yeah.
You know, but they are nice, and I don't see a problem with, you know, having it. I'm not like all crazy. I don't have shelves of them or anything like that. You know?
Right.
I like my boy toys. I like my G.I. Joe. I like, you know, on Marvels and monsters and stuff like that. But I think it's a good time to be a fan of toys or toy collector, being a male or a female, because there's so much out there.
Yeah. And Larry, what about you?
I actually have I have some strawberry shortcake stuff. I don't display it, but I do have it. If I run across more of it, I will buy it.
So,
Wonderful.
and Overlord, I know you got some. You got, but yours are like Angela, right?
Mine are sexy bitches, yeah. I'm like Manny. I like that wabba booty.
But yeah, John and Larry, and also Brian, you didn't get those because you thought they were what Overlord's thinking, sexy bitches, right? You got them because you appreciated whatever they had to offer, like
Yes.
nostalgia or detail or whatever, right?
Well,
Oh
I think
hell, when I was a kid, man, I watched Care Bears, Strawberry Shortcake, all that shit.
I appreciate it. And I think guys our age remember those classic lines like Strawberry Shortcake.
Yeah.
Because My Little Pony's been around for a long time. Rainbow Bright, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think we necessarily had them as kids. My sister had a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But now we're older, we appreciate it. It's no different than us appreciating G.I. Joe the same way. Or I know a lot of us like the Fisher-Price Little People and things of that nature too. So it's it is nostalgia. I think it's just appreciating them for what they are, and that not only are they toys for enjoyment, but they can be considered pieces of art and little bits of nostalgia or fond memories. So
yeah. No, and Bosco, are you still there? Nope, you took off.
we'll be back. I'm sure.
Anyone else have more 2 cents on that, or do you want to go to a next subject?
Well, I like to say one thing. That's one of the reasons why G.I. Joe had the word action figure in there, because they tried to push it more towards the boys. But that's the reason why Hasbro put the word action figure in there. Because at one time, everybody just called it a doll.
Exactly.
They said they didn't call it a doll. They wanted to just call it. They just called it an action figure. That's how they came up with that word action figure.
Right.
And they came from there. But before it was just a doll, and the boys would shy away from that. But they think, well, we put the action in, they'll buy it, and that's why we buy it now. But to me personally, we're older now. We're older, and what we do, and we're more mature. What we know about, we don't laugh and giggle about it. And like I said earlier, it's like, if you like it, buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Don't buy it because you think it's cool. Don't go out and buy something you think is cool. Buy what you like. That's the part of that's being a collector.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Good point about that. At the end of the day, they were just dolls, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if we went that route, then everybody who's here just talking, we're all in a way. Shouldn't everybody will look at it like, well, why people come in my room or what I do, they say, why? I mean, because why you come back with kids? But they don't understand. They don't. It's not just for kids. It's a collective. If you look at it, you understand it. It comes where it's a part of you, what you like, what you enjoy. You shouldn't stop there because you get to a certain age.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, we talked about this before, that if there was like a girl that came aboard the collector stock, and let's say there was a female talking to us right now, about her collection, how comfortable would we be? Because like a lot of us may not know as much about My Little Pony, or I mean, you talk about Star Wars, some of us may know a lot about it, but then Barbie, it's like, wow, I don't really know much. So how comfortable would we be with that, and how open are we to that?
I think very comfortable.
Willing. I like to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you say too. It's because the beauty of what we do is, like, every day I find, like, if I'm out looking for toys, I'm hunting for toys, I'm looking for collectibles. There's things I know, but then I discover new things all the time. So
Yeah.
I always love getting input, be it new guys or because I have friends that are females and they do collect, and I learn a lot from them.
Mm-hmm.
And so so I think none of us, I don't think any of us in this group would have any issues if we had a female, on here as a regular or a guest or whatever. I think it adds to the dynamic and adds to us expanding knowledge.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we're still talking about articulation. We're still talking about detail. We're still talking about price point, and are you getting the bang for your buck type of thing, and all that. So it's still the same stuff that we're talking about, So I think there's a lot in common there for sure. Now, one of the interesting things, we're talking about boy versus girl almost right now, but there's also the younger stuff like Imagine X, right? And that was kind of a line for us to cross for some people, right? Oh, there's Joe.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, just be quiet for 1 second. Will, can you hear me? Okay, Will can hear me. You guys going live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Sorry about that. I didn't notice you were.
Awesome. Well, welcome in.
What's the topic?
Well, we were talking about girl toys.
Cool.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't.
John.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Welcome
Welcome back.
Welcome
all
to
right,
Google.
gentlemen. Should we go new topic?
I was gonna say welcome to Google.
Well, I wanted to add something because I tried talking and no one could hear me.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
So when you were talking about genderfying toys and where the line was blurred, Lego actually made female Legos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
And if I recall, John, that was a bit of controversy over those because people were complaining they didn't want to pigeonhole, girls. Legos should be for everybody. I wouldn't really like the idea of them pigeonholing certain ones. Well, I never saw a problem with it because there are little girls or girls that like girl toys. So they should have that option just as much as they have the option of buying Lego Marvel, or whatever the latest Lego brand is that may be geared more towards boys. So.
Well, you guys know that Target has degenderified their toy aisles, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They all have neutral backgrounds now instead of pink for the girls, and
Yeah.
I think it's all red now, isn't it?
No, it's just neutral.
But again, I still don't think there's nothing wrong with having girl. Barbies are distinctively, generally speaking, are for girls. Boys can collect them just as much as the Monster High in that. But you can still have female toys and still have boy toys.
Well, one of my favorite reviewers actually does the Monster High dolls all the time, and he's a guy.
Yeah.
I caught him through Pixel Dan, and he loves the Monster High and the Novi stars and all that. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Guys, check this out, right? This is the newest one that Lego has made. It's called Lego Elves. So it's a fantasy world, right? Where they're like, the girls are elves and stuff. There's boy elves too, and they brought in a baby dragon right here, and it comes with an egg, a translucent egg, and the playset has like a lot of crystal type structures in there. I mean, even from a guy's perspective, isn't that awesome? You got baby dragons, they got bigger dragons too.
You're looking at high fantasy right there.
Yeah, I mean,
or a labyrinth or something like that.
Like Game of Thrones.
I don't care who you are, that's cool, I think that's cool, regardless of boy or girl. You know what I mean? I mean, this is not mine, but I still think it's impressive. I think it's cool. And if you want something if you're a girl and you want to buy the Batman set, you know, the Lego Batman or Lego Marvel or DC, I think that's fine. You know, but if they want something like this is cool too. So I think today we have more options, and I think that's a cool thing.
It's a very good thing.
I went to a toy store not too long ago. I go down every now, and I went down to the girls' out. I see more of the body stuff is sitting there, and less of the other stuff gone. I even see some of the little girls and female collectors, and more in the boys' aisle than anything else.
Mm.
If you want, if you want to put it in that perspective.
All right. So, any other ideas, gentlemen?
Ways to slowly torture Google employees.
Oh, you're still mad.
Make them suffer the wrath of
Oh,
1,000 suns.
All right, real quick. Let me ask each one of you all. Let me start off with Bosco's Toy Box here. What's a toy line you just like to see right now that you feel like is missing in the toy aisles, or you'd like to see more of? So, you know, just off the top of your head, Bosco's Toy Box. Anything you'd like to see?
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
DC.
What's missing now, what they used to have in the 80s and early 90s, is like the fantasy and sci-fi.
I was thinking that.
Can you give us an example?
Well, like the oh my gosh, I don't know.
He-Man?
Well, even the weird knockoff figures that were like sci-fi-ish or just in the fantasy line, just those lines of toys, you know. They even have like the knockoff like GoBots and Transformers, just the weird ass toys. They just don't have that now.
True.
Well, Leonard makes it. They're just not out there in every store.
Mm-hmm.
They don't exactly do like trolls and shit though.
Well, if you're True Legends,
True Legends, if you can find them in the clearance section.
Yeah, it's kind of minor, John. Yeah.
That's like the knockoff, but it's like they didn't do
I mean, it's like Chat May. I mean, you see Chat May everywhere, and now it's just you don't, and it's amusing stuff. It's I think the quality's there. It's affordable, and they have some really unique and original design. For some reason, you just don't see it around anymore.
Is that because we're here in the U.S. and if we went to China, maybe in their stores you'd see a lot of Chat May stuff?
Probably that in Europe. It's really big in Europe. You know?
Well, I think the other reason too is what's dominating right now, especially in the movie market, is superhero movies.
Yep.
Everything has to be a superhero now.
Very true.
It's it's like anything. If they you have one successful movie and everyone else wants to capitalize on it, get it going, TV shows and that, and you're going to make money off of it. And it's great to see.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, everything is dominated by movies now. You know, just like back in the day, like I was talking about in my last video, rack toys. You never see those anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What toys?
Rack
just
toys. Regular rack toys.
Oh, okay.
Knockoff figures, like Bosco's talking about.
Imperial.
I mean, different types of toys. Back then they had knockoffs of all the different types of cartoons.
Yeah.
Or, just generic figures. But you don't see that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other thing too is in the 80s they had a lot of sword and sorcery movies too.
Yeah. Master, the Saucer, and I can't think of all of them. There are so many, John.
The Beastmaster.
Years ago, Beastmaster.
Metal.
Where you're not, if you're if you're not making a movie that's making $100 million or more, and you can make a toy that can make $100 million, they don't want to make it.
Mm-hmm. I think too, you see a lot of like, because they do a lot of the classic lines like with Masters of the Universe. It can't sell in stores anymore because it's geared toward a certain market. So they have
that right there is the biggest line of bullshit. They could put it in stores.
They could, but
they would sell more.
And remember, and you have to do it right because remember when they did the 2000X, and what happened? They oversaturated the market with multiple He-Man and Skeletor variations.
Well, I think if they wanted to do it, make them a Walgreens exclusive or something.
Well, there's a good question for you guys then. The 2000X Masters of the Universe, was that a success or was that a failure?
That was a fail.
It was a failure.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was a failure? You guys?
I'm feeling really good right now. God.
The thing is, as far as, I think it's a great line. You took classic characters and you basically reimagined them in a way that I want to not reimagine. Let's say restyled them, updated them somewhat. You had a cartoon series. I mean, all the elements were there. You had the cartoon series to tie it in. You had this great toy line, but it was how they did the toy line. It was the fact that
the question though is like, whether something is a failure or a success is based on the numbers, right? Financial gain, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, unless they've released numbers, just because the line didn't continue on to this day doesn't necessarily mean it's a failure, right?
No, but that line came out in the stores.
Yeah.
It took a whole aisle, 2 sides.
Yeah.
And it came out so quick. I mean, John will even remember this. Probably Larry will and stuff. That line came out so quick. It wasn't like you got a first wave and then a second wave. Everything came out at once.
Yeah.
And that line sat there. It was only like about 8 months or so, and then they started clearancing it.
Yeah. Look what happened, G.I. Joe.
Here, what the hell?
Look what happened with Thundercats when Bandai had them. And they had all the tools there. They had the cartoon. They had the nostalgia going. We could access to a new generation of kids. They had us reimagined Thunderian universe. I think that line fit.
The thing that sucked about the cartoon was it was on at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were not getting towards
kids involved.
You couldn't drive this generation now to watch it because of situations like that.
And Larry, both of us talked about this. The lack of Saturday morning cartoons or really true afternoon cartoons.
Yeah.
The sales of these things. You don't have that anymore.
Exactly.
You have, syndication, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
Well, see, when they have major restrictions now on if you're going to make a toy line from a cartoon, a solid toy line, they have restrictions on when you can show the cartoon. They have restrictions of how many toys you're allowed to make off of it a year. All kinds of stuff. It's crazy. Ever since at the end of the '80s is when they changed all that.
Yeah.
He's got too many stations. That's all.
Well, it's true, and they're not showing enough. But you don't really get a lot of real syndicated cartoons anymore.
Nope.
In syndication now is like reruns of Roseanne or The Family Feud.
Or how many people actually watch TV anymore? Like I don't even have TV. I just watch Netflix.
Yeah. Well,
that's
I do.
the same way I am because
I bet a lot of people are like that.
What they call the free TV still.
Right.
But every month that goes by, they cut more and more channels or turning down the power.
Yeah. So.
That's the point. I mean, you got too much entertainment to do other things. You got, like you said, you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got 1,000 HBO stations, and when we was younger, we had them 3 stations, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I think a big problem too with a lot of these lines is they struggle to find, like when you do something nostalgic, like I mentioned the Thundercats, or like I'll even give you another good example. And we've talked about this many times, and I feel like I beat a dead horse with it, but G.I. Joe. Like when the last movie came out for, was it G.I. Joe Retaliation, right?
Yeah.
That line, they did the figures, but they were trying. Who went to see that movie, really? It was the fans, the people that grew up with G.I. Joe. And so when they do the toys, who really buys the G.I. Joe toys? It's the adult collectors. But when they tried to pitch those toys, they were trying to kind of get that middle ground, and they failed to do it because you had some okay figures, but it was lacking all the elements that we liked. There was no dossier cars, there was no this, no that, and they had those. And they put the gimmicks of the zip lines and stuff in it, and everything was ninja. You know,
well, John, I thought they did a good job. The biggest problem I thought was distribution, because they, like you said, there's some really good figures in there. You know, some really cool ones.
There was, and the thing is, when it was like prior to that, you had the Pursuit of Cobra and stuff from the first movie, and it kind of expanded upon that. And you had the 25th anniversary, plus you had the stuff, and they all kind of flowed together, and there was that little break, and then the next movie came out. And because they were in other stores, but because the figures didn't sell the way they wanted to sell, everyone's afraid to touch G.I. Joe now.
Remember what they did?
G.I. Joe is those Toys R Us, and they're not around clearance.
Guys, remember they had the line out before the movie came out. Like they made the line come out like way too early, and then they recalled everything. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, and that like the kids that were gonna watch the movie were like, "Well, where's the toys? I want to buy the," and it just messed everything.
But I do think too there was a struggle because again, the people that are really a lot of the toys, it's adult collectors that buy it, and they kind of struggle because they want to still appeal to the kids, and as well as the adults, and then you get into all this the factors like cost and stuff, and that's why you see a lot of these toys that came out with. Now they're doing. Seems like Hasbro does a lot of this. Less articulation, smaller figures. They're really small or really big now. Real simple articulation, and stuff like that as well, because they're trying to make it cost efficient and appeal to kids.
Well, and distribution sucks for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overlord, are you still there?
I'm still here.
What would you like to see in the toy aisles right now that you feel is lacking?
Well, other than a new Spawn and Ghost Rider line.
Oh, that should make you happy. That's coming out.
I'll shit my pants, but that ain't gonna happen. Freaking, I want to see Gargoyles again.
Oh, okay.
They're bringing back all these Disney shows, right? Well,
right.
I have a feeling if they do well, they might do this. But honestly, I'm with everyone else with the fantasy shit. You know, all Gargoyles kind of fits that bill, but at the same time, it's like...
It does.
It's kind of both. It's kind of sci-fi, kind of fantasy, kind of badass, and way better than any of the bullshit they have on TV nowadays, but that's just my opinion, but I don't care.
You know, Overlord, that there's supposed to be a Gargoyles movie.
I seen that. I'm going to believe it when I see it, though.
So that means if they do it, maybe we'll get.
I was gonna say if they do it, and if it's done by Marvel Studios, Gargoyles, Marvel Legends, I would die in early age. I would have a heart attack in the store. It's all 19-year-old has a heart attack at fucking Walmart because they saw Gargoyles figures for the first time in his fucking life in the store. It's like. Who would the Build-A-Figure be? I don't know. Maybe fucking Xanatos has a gargoyle buster because he's being played by Robert Downey Jr. apparently. Which makes me think, if it's in the same universe as the Avengers, Iron Man's got to die in Civil War. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Let's not even talk about Iron Man.
I'm talking about Iron Man getting killed. You should know that.
Oh, look, you know the new Ghostbusters film is coming out, and I know a lot of you guys are, you know, kind of feeling iffy about it. I hope it succeeds because I want to see just monsters, Halloween stuff. I want to see those kinds of action figures, those kinds of toys. Just Mad Balls. I want to see stuff like that come back. So for me, it's just monster stuff, Halloween stuff.
Well,
Mad Balls are back.
Mad Balls are back.
Yeah.
They are back.
Yeah.
Not enough to where it's like a Target or
As long as they keep it true, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Well, Volcanic, what do you want to see?
I'd love to see all the old stuff. I agree. You know, there's so much stuff that we didn't have when we were, you know, as we watched as we were a kid, and they just don't show that kind of stuff anymore. You know, but I can miss it all. Ghostbusters. I miss. I'd like to see someone redo like some of the older good. You know, when I was growing up, I used to like Jason and the Argonauts. I like claymation and stuff. You don't see any claymation that much anymore.
No.
They don't do a lot of practical effects anymore, which is a shame.
I used to love it every Christmas. You waited for that claymation to come around, you know, and you don't even see that anymore during the holidays.
I see a little bit, but it's not as mainstream as that stupid broad Kardashian or whatever the fuck her name is.
You mean like Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Rudolph and Santa Claus is Coming to Town are the ones I watched.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. He's gonna bust your ass.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of the new Ghostbusters film coming out? You guys are
I have to see it. You know, I'm down for new ideas, but I gotta say those figures look kind of meh.
I don't care about the female, gender finding into females, but the thing is that they're saying is that it's just going to be basically a redo of the first movie. Like it's going to follow the exact same pattern of how the first movie went. And it's like, why do you want to see that? You know, they did that with Gus Van Sant did that with Psycho. He basically just reshot the movie, page by page, the exact same shot for shot thing.
That's what this is going to be? That's
what they're saying there's going to be the library scene, and that there's going to be...
so Gozer's in it?
Well, they're saying that they're going to get that option again to choose your destroyer, and it's I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but because I know who the destroyer is already, and but it's basically just going to be like just a redo of the first script.
Well, if they're going to do that, I hope there's a purpose behind it, not just let's do it just to do it, you know?
It's a cash.
I think it would have been all right if it would have been like a passing of the torch.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars was.
That also means there needs to be a lot of homages to the original, not just steal the scene, you know?
I heard Bill Murray's supposed to be in it, though.
I just wish they would have done what they originally wanted to do, and they wanted to do a mix of male and female Ghostbusters that were going to get the torch passed on to them.
Yeah.
And they just wanted to go a different route, and I just don't.
That Ghostbusters, I don't like the second Ghostbusters, first off, but the first Ghostbusters is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
Great casting, everything. It's one of those movies my wife can quote, and my wife doesn't quote a lot of movies. It's like that one and The Princess Bride, you know. And so them doing a remake, you know, at first I was like, okay, you know, I don't have a problem with all-female, you know, but make it like a Ghostbusters 3, you know, don't make it a reboot.
Right.
And I'm just it's one of those things I'm just dreading. Now maybe if I see a trailer or something, and again, no offense to the actresses playing those parts and whatever, but I don't need them. This is, to me, it's coming off as it's cash grab. Let's get some nostalgia going. Let's. It's just like when they remade Footloose. Do we really need to remake that movie?
No.
Like John said,
No.
Psycho.
No. Freaking
that movie.
Because the new companies are afraid to go out there and try to do something fresh.
They don't.
We can look forward to Two Balls 2 coming, so I'm happy.
No.
They need to have a director that's truly a fan make it, right?
Well, no, they tried that shit with Michael Bay, and look what he did.
Uh,
Am I the only one who likes those? God.
Oh, Transformers.
Turtles and
The Turtles. Can I go? I can go on and on.
Any movie with explosions in it.
You know, here's the thing. I didn't like. I only watched. I watched the entire first Michael Bay Transformers movie. I've seen clips of the second and third one because I didn't really like the first one. And then the Turtles, I was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to see that because I knew who was doing it. And I watched it. I said, well, I like it better than Transformers.
It wasn't bad.
It
The
was.
new Turtles movie coming out looks like it's going to be kick-ass.
It looks fun, and there's a lot of homages to. You're gonna have a lot of like Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang, you know. So
back.
Hope that's not too much.
Hey, we got Spaceballs 2 coming too.
oh, is it Mel Brooks?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Holy moly. I'm looking forward to that. I had no idea.
Yeah. He says that Schwartz is gonna awaken.
That's awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. Wow.
I like Mel Brooks, so.
Yeah, big fan of Mel Brooks, man. Dude, I grew up watching his movies, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
And the other thing to mention too is that Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement too to do it.
Yep.
Good God, this ship is full of assholes.
Man, this sounds messed up, but I thought Rick Moranis had died.
No, his wife died, and so he had to take care of his kids, so that's why he retired from acting.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, man, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
What's History of the World Part 2? Oh, there's one of my favorites right there.
It's all that good. It's fun.
Blazing Saddles. Men in Tights.
Yeah, Men in Tights. Yeah.
Producers. I actually like the producers as well. So.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Life Stinks?
Yep.
That is a rare Mel Brooks movie. One of my favorites, actually.
I remember watching the silent. Was it the silent picture?
The silent.
That was a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Oh, I had no idea. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm surprised they haven't done a Back to the Future movie.
Like a
Well, Michael J. Fox is in his last stages of Parkinson's now.
Mm.
Well, the thing is, that wouldn't really matter because all they would do is just replace them with different actors, you know.
Yeah. Dude, well, I think, man, there's going to come the day where they could just basically, if an actor's like long gone, passed away, they could CGI the guy anyway.
Well, they practically
already did it.
They're already doing it, but I mean, like, to the point where you can't tell the difference, you know? Right now, it's still kind of weird, like Arnold in that Terminator.
Yeah.
They do it in they did it in Gladiator. Oliver, who was it? Was it Oliver?
Oliver
Reed
Stone?
died. Oliver Reed had died, like, and they did some scenes that he actually CGI'd his face on another actor.
Mm.
Do the scenes.
I remember the very first film they ever did it with was John Candy in Wagons East.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I mean, imagine a movie. I mean, you could have like starring Bruce Lee and Elvis, and you know.
That'd be like Ocean's, the next Ocean's movie.
Like it'll be like Expendables for dead people.
Exactly.
Exit the dragon, enter the Twinkie.
They could be like, you know, for Expendables, there'd be like starring John Wayne in there, you know? Holy moly.
Don't you bust my banana sandwich, mama. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
So that's pretty cool. Any other toy lines you guys would like to see right now?
Let's see the ones we've been throwing out because it's a lot of nostalgia. Because you know, Dino Riders is supposed to be coming back. Mask is supposed to be coming back.
The movies too.
Yeah. I would like to see like. You know,
Mask
I was thinking about this. You brought that up. you know, minifigures are always like the big craze and everything.
Yeah.
You guys remember Migos Eagle Force? The little die-cast soldier?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's something they don't bring back.
And Sean, anything?
I can't think of one now.
Nothing right now?
Why didn't do it in the house? Because it's going to set off the fire alarm.
Huh?
My daughter.
Are you guys all right?
Yeah.
Do we have to do a fire drill?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard
No,
fire
you
alarm
got
there.
a hand out to speed on it.
But yeah, you know, for me, as long as they do, if they are going to make a new toy line, as long as they make it to where it has play sets and all the shebang, not just just new rehash of the same characters we've seen, and that's all they do, and it like I really want it to go deep where you're going to get wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. You want it to last. You want it to be a lot, not just just 7
Now, I am
figures
going
and
to
that's
say
it.
there are things sneaking in. Like I was telling John the other day, I was at Kroger's and they have a little bag of ninjas,
Yeah.
and they're actually the Soma ninjas, but they've been they're made a little bit taller and they're hard plastic. They're starting to do little things like that, but I don't know about seeing a full toy line or something.
What is this again, Brian? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
There was a company called Soma. They made a lot of stuff for
yeah.
gumball machines.
Okay.
And they did a line of ninjas. I've got about 3. T-Biz sent me another one today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're like rack toys.
Yeah.
They're hard plastic now, and they're a little bit taller.
Just generic ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do any of you guys like the sci-fi stuff, like Micronauts?
I love
Oh,
Micronauts as a kid.
Yeah, we just need some that stay together.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, they could do like the magnetic joints again, or even here's what, like, because Glyos, you guys are familiar with Glyos. I know Brian. And they take inspiration from Micronauts. I can't talk now. Well, you'd have the pegging system. You could swap out limbs and heads and stuff like that.
Yep.
I would like to see something like that with Micronauts.
Well, that would be hot now because everybody's on the masher kick. So
Exactly.
you just translate that over, and there you go.
You're talking 3 3/4 scale mashers.
Yeah.
3 3/4.
Did you notice they have smaller mashers? They got those smaller mashers out now, but they're really small. Yeah.
You can take that arm off and you can put on another one.
Yeah.
They are. Glyos is starting to kind of work that kind of in with like the Thaden series, and I mean they're more looking like Micronauts now. Some of them, but they're still not there yet.
No,
They're not
yet.
doing clear colors and stuff like that yet. So.
Right. No, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen the mini mashers at Walmart, I believe, the other day. I saw them at Walmart. They're out. It's just like pretty much the head is about the size as the body.
Yeah.
And the head is a normal size as a regular masher.
But don't you notice that trend though now? It's either things are really small or really big. I mean they are. I mean it's like they're scared to go 3 3/4 figures unless it's the reaction stuff, and I don't really think the reaction stuff's that good. To be perfectly honest with you.
Well, all right. What? Speaking of which, that kind of makes me think of, what do you guys think of the Funko Pops?
Used to like them, I hate them now.
You hate them now.
Yeah.
Because they're like Beanie Babies.
Yeah. I think that's going to hit a ceiling here pretty soon, and then the bottom's going to drop.
To the end as
Sean, we're having a hard time, I believe, understanding you.
You're talking in a tin can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you hear
that's
me?
one of the that's
Yeah,
one of
you
the
know,
things
Sean.
I've been very picky about what I bought.
Because I used to have a bunch of them, but it's
Yeah,
just
I just don't think the Funko Pops have any longevity to them. I mean,
the
I
only
think it's
legs
just
they
going to
have.
hit a ceiling, and pretty soon the bottom's just going to fall out on them.
Because right now the only legs
That's
they
one of
really
the
have is the vert. Because there's so many different lines. They
Yeah.
like if a movie comes out, they have
Right.
TV show or whatever, they can capitalize on that. But like Larry said, there's a ceiling is going to drop on that, and then what? What do they have? The reaction stuff, you know.
Well, and that's one of the like I said, that's one of the lines that I've kind of stuck to. I only buy what I like.
Right.
I've only got 4 or 5 of them, so
Because they
there's
really were.
people out there like everyone coming out, and it's like, like Larry says,
I don't think that would be a wise investment.
No, people are obsessed over them.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that they have such a huge licensing line, but
Right.
that's all they got, really.
Well,
Well, and I see the same thing going for the reaction figures.
Yeah. It's Whoa. Who is that?
Who's that?
Oh, from Sean.
No, he must have got knocked out.
He's trying to get back in.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Any other topics, gentlemen? Or is that pretty good for tonight? Since it's 9 Central.
10 here.
Yeah, it's 10 here too.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good for tonight, guys.
I can't stay on too long, so.
On everybody, go ahead and plug their channels.
Okay.
Yeah, John Steffens first, and we'll go down through the line.
All right, Bosco's Toy Box on YouTube, and also on my Flickr account, I have my toy photos, which is also Bosco's Toy Box.
Gaither.
You can check my blog out, robotmonsterspacessuperhero.blogspot.com. I'm also on Instagram as John Gaither, as well as on YouTube as John Gaither.
Dismania.
My channel is Dismania65. I like toys that are old and new, and like to go to yard sales, garage sales, and you can also check me out on Instagram.
Overlord.
Overlord, overcommode, overkill, overload, oversnatch, overshit, and anything else with over in front of it. Toy reviews, old shit, new shit, cool shit, not crap like fucking, well, anything I don't like. There you go.
Volcanic.
Gotta apologize for Overlord. Sorry.
Oh, was it? Whose turn is it?
Your turn. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Volcanic's Playground for old vintage and modern Star Wars toys. Come check me out.
Vampire.
All right. I think before me though, we gotta plug in Sean Henry, Hobbyman Toy Productions. That sounds like he makes toys. That's not what he does. He reviews toys. Mr. Sean Henry is another guy. Yeah. And me, I'm a Vampire, mostly martial arts videos, but also throw in an occasional toy review and also movie reviews. So please check it out, and thank you for watching.
And I am ToyNuts941 at YouTube. I'm all about toys, everything retro. Check me out on Instagram at MusicMan941.
Coming soon, Playmobil.
No, just my name.
That'll be another topic.
I'll show my whole collection. I now own Playmobil Ghost.
We're coming soon.
So anyhow, until next time, guys, it's been a good one, and we will talk to you all later.
All right. Laters.
Peace. Take care, everybody.
Yep. Thank you so much for doing this, Brian.
Still live.
We're still
Safe.
alive.
We're still live.
There we go.